Welcome to this episode of the Nerd Enthusiast Gaming Podcast, which is sponsored by Called It Media. Today we break down the internet frenzy surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6 and analyze current prediction market trends tied to the game's release, pricing, reviews, soundtrack rumors, and more. Important disclaimer: this show is for entertainment and discussion purposes only. We are not telling viewers what to bet or where to bet. We are simply analyzing public availability prediction market trends and discussing why we personally think certain market opinions may be right or wrong based on gaming history, industry trends, Rockstar Games patterns, and community speculation. Please follow Call It Media for more prediction trend discussions across gaming, sports, entertainment, and pop culture. Again, that's Called It Media. At Called It Media. With me, as always, is my good friend Wes. Wes, how you doing, sir?
What's up, buddy? What's going on?
Not much, man. I'm doing pretty good. You know, minus the Mets beating the Phillies.
Look, my Knicks won, and now my Mets looks like they may be trying to make a little, push to win some games. I'm happy.
Disgusting. All right, guys. So GTA might literally launch tomorrow, according to the internet. There's all sorts of rumors and speculations. I don't think most people think it's going to launch tomorrow, which you're going to see coming up soon when we look at the market probability. But GTA 6 is taking over many prediction markets right now. There's millions of dollars in volume already flowing into gaming predictions. People are debating release dates, review scores, pricing, things like that. Yeah, I mean, GTA is essentially the biggest thing on earth when it comes out. Like, I mean, this literally rivals the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, people are probably going to call out a sick.
Oh yeah,
call out a work sick without a doubt.
Indeed. I mean, people waited over a decade for this. The GTA 5, I want to remind you all, was a PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 game. That's right. Think about that.
That's a long time coming.
Yep. Yes, it has.
Well, do you count GTA Online?
I mean, that's kind of like an ongoing thing. I think they still generate a lot of money through there, but it's not my cup of tea.
Okay, it's okay.
But yeah, why would they make another one where they're just printing money?
True. So this GTA-centric episode is sponsored by Call It Media. Call It Media covers prediction trends across sports, gaming, entertainment, politics, technology, and pop culture. The goal is simple: break down why the internet thinks something may happen and whether those market trends feel overpriced or underpriced. Again, this is not a betting advice. This is just for entertainment, and we are not telling anyone where to place wagers. We simply discuss current public prediction trends and debate whether we agree or disagree with the crowd. So if you enjoy hot takes, prediction debates, gaming speculation, market psychology, follow at Call It Media on social media and visit calledit.media. Because sometimes the internet gets it right, and sometimes the internet blows it and completely loses its mind.
It's very true. Retro Corner West. Let's talk about a little bit, just for a few moments here, the history of Grand Theft Auto. Where would you like to begin with it?
Let's start at the beginning, because the very first Grand Theft Auto game is nothing like people know it today. It was a top-down car game where you didn't even get out of the car. You drove around the city. I think you crashed into cops. I think there was a, man, it's been so long since I played it, but I think you can shoot like out the window.
Yeah, that sounds right. I've never played those early ones. I started with 3, which we'll get into shortly.
Yeah, I did play it, and then they did a kind of like an add-on with GTA London.
Okay, so that was like almost like an expansion to the first
game.
Okay.
And then they did the second Grand Theft Auto 2, but again, it's like it was still a top-down car game.
Yeah, it was not. That's not what most people think of it. those games were on PlayStation 1
Placed, yep,
and
computer.
maybe PC. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were on PC. But once three hit, three changed everything.
Yeah, man. 3 was another major crackdown from the ESRB. Like when Mortal Kombat came out, that was like the first thing that's what caused the ESRB to be created, right? But when GTA 3 came out, like people
Mm-hmm.
were seriously getting carded. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember I couldn't believe it because I wasn't carded for like a while. I was 16 and you had to be 17 to buy the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in to buy it, they denied me. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" So I had my friend go in and buy it. I was like, no, I don't think I've ever been carded for a video game at that point. Plus, I worked in a video game store around that time too, but I just happened to be out like
Mm-hmm.
with them in the mall, and the one kid was like, "Dude, the game is amazing." Like I was like, "All right, man, I'll check it out. Like, let's go buy it." We had to get like maybe we got him or his brother to go buy it for us.
I mean, it it focused on carjacking. You could pick up prostitutes,
Mm-hmm.
robbery.
Beat him, get your money back afterwards.
Yes. So it was, and it was all done in 3D. Man, I did the controversy surrounding GTA.
Oh yeah, the prostitute thing was like a big deal. I definitely remember that being like that was on like the evening news and stuff. People were trying to like
Mhm.
blow it up into a much bigger thing, which is why they were carding like heavily for it.
Yes.
Um,
I remember because I was with EB at the time, and I remember people like losing their jobs for not carding.
yeah,
It was serious. I mean, you're carjacking people, dude. Really?
yeah, and it's if you play the game, you understand why the IDing people was very serious.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, it was a very mature game, but man, how much fun it was! It was. I mean, Wes, most people didn't even play the story. They were just messing around in the game, like,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get like 5 stars from the cops and seeing how long they could survive, like playing games like that, like game within a game, because that it's big giant sandbox. This big giant open world is not something you were really used to seeing at the time.
No. Yeah, that's right. Because as you committed crimes, the cops would start chasing you, and the longer you went without getting captured, you had more stars.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then
then
the
like,
more
the FBI and like would come out, and then like the army or something.
the helicopters and yeah, yeah. I mean, that was like you said, that was like a game within a game.
Yeah, I did that plenty of times. I mean, I messed around with that a lot. Like, just dude, it was so much fun. And then I can't forget this. God forbid I forget this. I didn't use these often, at least in this generation. We're talking about like PS2 generation.
Mm-hmm.
But cheat codes, man, did I use cheat codes in this game? I had so much fun putting all sorts of guns and like get unlimited guns. You could put
Mm-hmm.
unlimited ammo on, just messing around, man. Had a blast.
Yeah, three was something special because it completely changed the industry.
Yep,
Because then they tried to, when you thought you had goodness, then they turned around and upped the ante and outdid themselves when they came out with Vice City.
that's right. So 3 took place in Liberty City, which is basically New
Mm-hmm.
York, and Vice City took place in what was basically Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Liberty City, I think, was in the '90s, right? Like that was almost like present day. And
Mm-hmm.
then Vice City was in the '80s, and that they nailed the whole aesthetic, and the soundtrack is like still to this day probably the greatest soundtrack in a video game.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Because that's one of the debates is, you know, does Vice City have the best soundtrack in gaming history?
Probably, I can't think of one that would top it really.
Uh, that's tough. I would say yes, it probably is, but I could just off the top of my head, I could probably think of like maybe Crazy Taxi
No, that is a good soundtrack.
had a really
Absolutely.
good soundtrack, and maybe Burnout 3,
Yeah, Burnout 3
Take
or
Takedown.
Revenge. One of the two of those had a very good soundtrack.
Yeah, so like it's close, it's close, but yeah, that's a big debate, man. That's a big debate. But I remember the CDs. the box sets because we were selling them, and I
Hmm.
still have mine. It's packed away somewhere, but it was all 80s music, which was my error because I was an MTV kid. But it was all 80s music, and it was great.
Yeah, it had everything from rap to metal, and anything you can imagine in between in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it also had what's his name? Oh my God, Ray Liotta
As the main character, yeah,
as the main character. I mean, come on, dude,
yeah,
come
yeah,
on. And
yeah.
then to me, in my opinion, that is my favorite GTA. Period.
Vice City.
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, here's a question because we were talking about three, and I'm going to ask the same thing with Vice City. Do you think GTA 3 still holds up today?
I'd have to go back and play it. I know they remade them. I
Mm-hmm.
actually just bought the whatever that the collection of those three games that they like
Mm-hmm.
redid. But I heard it had a lot of problems, and they eventually patched it. I heard it's in like a pretty good state now, but I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I'm interested to
Okay.
go back with those controls. Of course, I have the originals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'd say it's probably if I'm talking about the originals because that's all I'm familiar with. I would say it probably holds up to an extent. I'm sure it's a lot of fun, but the controls are probably could use a little work. Let's
Right.
say
Okay. Okay. And what do you think about Vice City?
probably along the same lines. I mean, it was so close to GTA 3.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Like you, I haven't played them in so long. I don't know if three. I don't know if three holds up too well though. I think Vice City, because it was a little bit more polished, I think may hold up a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure. I could see that happening. Then we got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which implemented. This is where it went a little too far for me. You had to eat, and like you could get fat, and like you got to go to the gym, and they added all this customizable
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I'm like, dude, I just want to play the game. I don't care about any of this. And it's cool that it's in there, but it's like I don't know, man.
So, like you said earlier, so you had GTA 3, which took place in New York. You had Vice City, which took place in Miami, and you had San Andreas, which took place in California.
Yeah,
Because
Los Santos.
it was a very West Coast gangster vibe, like Bloods and Crips type vibe.
Yeah, it was like the '90s, like West
Mm-hmm.
Coast East Coast rivalry type, you know, mentality.
Yep, yep. You had the cars with the riders on it, and it was I don't know. It was highly anticipated when it was coming out. When it was announced and it was coming out, of course it was GTA, so expectations were through the roof.
Oh, I mean, some people still think San Andreas is the best. It just depends on who you're talking to, honestly. Like, I think the split is between like San Andreas,
Mm-hmm.
Vice City, and Five. Like, I think that's kind of where people are at for like the best one.
Okay, but then you also had the infamous hot coffee controversy in San Andreas.
Yeah, there's a way you could like crack it, and there was like a
A
sex
sex
scene and
scene,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. And then they had to reissue it and kind of quote unquote took that scene out so people couldn't access it.
Here's a fun little thing for you guys. When you worked if you worked at like EB Games or GameStop at the time, whatever was going down, we got this roll of AO stickers, and we had to
Mm-hmm.
replace like we had to cover up the M's with the AO stickers when that became
Mm-hmm.
like a thing. Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
and
yes, we
then they
did.
patched it out, and the M version came back.
Yeah, San Andreas, man. I mean, so do you think that was like peak GTA?
I think it just went. It was a little too much for me. That's why I think Vice City had the right balance. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was just I didn't want to do the eating and the working out and stuff. And like I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure some of that stuff's optional, but I'm sure some of it wasn't. I don't remember. I just remember like being annoyed at that part of it.
I don't want to say it gave me Shenmue vibes because in Shenmue for the Dreamcast you had day and night and you had to work and you can go to vending
Yeah,
machines. Like you did a lot more than just like in the game than just play the game. And San Andreas kind of had that same kind of vibe. You did more than just play the game,
exactly.
you know.
But then we got what I think is your favorite, GTA 4.
That's with Nico. I man, I love that one.
I never played that one. To be fair, I don't even think I played it for like a minute. I've watched people play it, but I don't know why. I don't know. I think San Andreas was just like, and then four came out. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It came on the newer consoles, so they beefed up the graphics and they beefed up the gameplay, so everything was a little bit more realistic at the point at that time. Um, but it was. I liked four. I really did like four. It was a little bit more serious, a little bit more darker than the previous Grand Theft Autos.
Yeah, that game has like a cult following. Like the people that
Mm-hmm.
like that game really really like that version of GTA.
Yeah, so like the debate now is was it an underrated masterpiece or was it like too serious?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to it at all. I didn't play it, like not even for a minute. So
I that you know what that was the honestly the last GTA I played.
you didn't play five?
I did not do five.
I never finished five,
I did not
but
do five.
it was interesting. They had three main characters, and you just kind of like flip between them, and then at
Hmm.
one point you can like pick what character you want to do. But then there's certain missions where you have to do certain characters and stuff. It was good, but I don't know. I just was like, it's so long. I just never got around to finishing it, and I thought it was good.
Hmm.
Some people absolutely think it's the best GTA, and I totally understand. I could see why that might be if I was to follow through with like completing the game, but I don't know. I enjoy these games a lot, but there's just so much stuff in them. It's like it's a little bit overwhelming when you're very limited on time.
So, question for you then: like in all the GTA's you've played, did you just do the surface and just kind of just go through the story, or did you branch off and do like all the extra side stuff that you can do?
Three and Vice City, I probably spent the most time with. Yeah, I don't know. I spent hours and hours in
Mm-hmm.
those. I think three might have gotten the most time because it was so novel at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was so new and different. I really spent a ton of time on three. Vice City was like more the same, but it like just better. Just everything was just better. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent a lot of time in there too. But I remember beating that game, and like the end was. Well, I don't want to spoil the end if you never played it, I guess. But maybe that's a spoiler too.
Bro, it's been years, so it's if they haven't played it now, it is what it is.
I don't want to put it in here. You guys can go check it out. The ending was like epic, but it was based off of something else. Like if you watch mafia stuff, this ending is like clearly inspired from
Mhm.
a film. I'll say that much. And after I beat it, I think I played it for a little bit longer, but I didn't delve much into it. Or San Andreas, I never completed. I got sick of that pretty quickly, and
Mhm.
then four never played, and then five played a good amount, but I just never finished five either.
Okay. All
Did I
right.
answer your question? What was your question?
Well, did you when you played the GTA games, did you
Uh-huh.
just do the surface stuff and just do the story, or did you do the side stuff as well?
I would say five was mostly surface,
Okay.
with the tiny bit of side stuff. Four didn't play at all. San Andreas was like maybe a little bit of side stuff. Vice City was like a good amount of side stuff. And three, I probably beat the hell out. Like I probably
Hmm.
beat the hell out of three because I was like obsessed with that when it came out.
Well, I remember three had the least amount of side stuff.
True.
It was yeah, it was kind of just play the story and these things happened within the
Yeah.
story. Whereas I think once Vice City and going forward, they added all that extra stuff that you could do if you chose to, but didn't
Hmm.
have to.
Yeah, I mean, comparing it today, it's like nothing. I'm sure I could beat all
Yeah.
that stuff with like no problem because games are so bloated now.
So would you say, how can I phrase this question? Do you think GTA 6 would have already existed if GTA Online never happened?
Mm, it helped. Maybe we would have got one a little bit earlier, but I think that the satirical writing they have
Mhm.
is really inspired by the world around them. Like they make fun of like Florida Man in the new game, and like that stuff's a little bit old now, but that stuff this game takes a long time to make. And I think they wanted to get their writing squared away above all. So I expect a great story out of this, like no doubt.
Mhm.
This is easily the most expensive game ever made. Period.
I agree.
Online helped fuel that. It
Mhm.
bought them the time. It gave them the ability to be like to I'm not even joking. They have an unlimited budget. Like whatever they want. Can you imagine working in a place like that? Like how long is it going to take? It doesn't matter until
Yeah.
it's ready. Is the answer.
Yeah, because you
Um,
what 12 years since the last official GTA release.
yeah,
12 years.
if they didn't have that pipeline of constant money, I think they probably
Mhm.
would have got done a little bit sooner. But I
Mhm.
think maybe if we're talking like 12 years, maybe they get done in 8.
Okay.
But they have no pressure. I mean, they have pressure to meet a standard, right? They do have pressure for that, but time and money are not a thing.
Yeah.
So what can you do with unlimited money and unlimited time? We're gonna find out.
Yes, we will.
All right, Wes, let's hop into some of the prediction markets and see where they're at and see what we think, if we agree or disagree with where the market is going. So, GTA 6 release timing. Today is June 18th, and today they announced that the release date I think is going to come out in like a week, or not the release date. They're going to start doing pre-orders in a week. But
Mhm.
the anticipation is that with pre-orders will come release dates and pricing. So today we're going to talk about release dates and pricing. Get this up on the internet as fast as we possibly can for you guys, so you can get your predictions in before that happens. With that being said, GTA 6 release timing. So the current public trends. The first option that you guys can predict is before November 2026. So that would be October. So as soon as November 1st hits, that's it. We're only at a 5% market share of people believing,
Mhm.
or market probability, not market share, that people believing it's going to come out on or before October 31st, 2026. The volume for this, by the way, there's been over $3.18 million in this prediction market just for this topic alone. This is on Kalshi, by the way.
And then
What?
you have the
Go
next
ahead.
prediction is it going to release before December 2026? Right now, the market is trending at 86% think that it will release before December.
And then finally, we have GTA 6 releasing before 2027, and that market is at 90%. But let's talk about what we think, Wes. Let's go through these one by one.
Mhm.
Before November 2026, do you think GTA 6 is going to come out? Just me and you. Look, if you guys don't know anything about us, Wes and I worked, for GameStop and EB Games for a long
Mhm.
time. We've been, uh, you know, had ties to the industry for years and years and years. We pay close attention to what happens. We are not experts, but we are knowledgeable. That's how I would position this.
Mhm.
Do you think GTA 6 is coming out before November 2026?
No,
Hmm. Why?
I don't think so. Um, I I honestly I think it will. Do I think it'll release in November? I'm would be more confident in saying is it releasing before December? Yes. Before November? No, I don't think so. That's going to be a holiday release. Can you imagine the sales that they're going to accumulate if they release it around the holiday time?
Yeah, I mean, from history, from what you and I have seen and worked
Mm-hmm.
through, traditionally the biggest games come out in November.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally they do come out in October, and December is very unlikely, in my opinion. So, let's just do this one by one though. So, November before November, yes or no?
No.
Okay.
What about you?
This is a prediction market, right? And there's a 5% chance right now. There's a nice underdog story there.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm betting that because the upside is so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say if they came out the week before November on a Tuesday?
I'd be very surprised.
Eh, Why not though? It's a week's difference. Do you think the world is not going to buy that game whenever they choose to release it?
True. True.
Now, I'm kind of there with you. Like, if I had to guess, I would say November is the most likely option, which is why the market probability for November is at 86%. And then if you get to December, I'm sorry, if you get to before December, it's at
Mm-hmm.
86%. So in November, essentially, or before
Mm-hmm.
then. And then before 2027 is 90%. I don't think this is going to come out next year. I think that's unlikely. And if they do, it's going to be springtime. Like, I think they wait until March or April, which I don't see them doing. Because
No.
if you guys also know anything about like stock markets, like the CEO of that company of Take Two, you know, basically has been saying this entire time, like, no, it's coming out this year. It's coming out this year. Like, he can't, if he knows anything, he's not allowed to lie to stockholders, right? He can't say things publicly that are not true.
Mm-hmm.
So if he honestly believes that, I believe him, especially because this was already delayed. This isn't like,
Several times.
yeah. So is it coming out in 2027? I would, yeah, absolutely.
Well, it says before 20. We think it's going to happen before 2027. So, which means it's going to release in December.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's likely to release in November. But if I want to take a wager and try to make some money, I'm saying it's coming out before November. I'm taking that all day.
Before November.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well,
it's look,
here's an
it's a bet, right? I'm not. I wouldn't bet everything I have on it, but like that's a big upswing
True.
for ripping at 5% probability right now. Come on, man.
Here's a question because I can't remember when this happens, but um, when is the Video Game Awards?
December. It's around the second week of December.
Okay. Okay. Because I was thinking maybe they would hold off until and make the big release date announcement then.
If they do that, it would be next year. It wouldn't be this year.
True. True.
But at this point, they already said their pre-orders are. Here's the problem: pre-orders are going to go up in a week.
In a week. What, the June 25th?
Most retailers will not let you put it up without a release date. They won't let you do it. Amazon has taken down things because they don't have release dates. They used to be like, "Oh, you're just going to put a placeholder. All right, we'll put the placeholder at the end of the year." But now, like, they've cracked down on a lot of that stuff. Some people still do it. Some people don't care. But there is some crackdown to that happening,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to have to give some sort of release date. So we're either going to find out if it's going to be delayed or if it's coming out. And the other thing we're about to talk about is the price. They're going to have to put a price if they're going to pre-order it. So
True.
we might as well move into that. I mean, all right. So wait, let me get your opinion just before we go through. So you think November? That's what you're guessing. So before December 2026 would be your guess.
Yes.
Okay. And again, my guess, I think you're probably right, but I would take the gamble on before November just for that upswing. All right, Wes, here we go. GTA 6 pricing. So there's a lot of different options on here. We're going to look at some market probabilities. We're going to start out at the top with more than $60. 96% market probability that the game will cost more than $60, so above $59.99. Where are you at with that?
I agree. It will
Oh,
be
yeah,
more.
easy. More than $70. Market probability is at 43%.
I'm going to say yes on this one. I think it's going to be more.
Okay. I'm there with you. Yep. I think it's going to be more than $70 also. All right. So now we're at the next one. More than 80. The market probability drops to 14%. Do you think GTA 6 will
Mm-hmm.
cost more than $80.
No, I think, in my opinion, I think that's the spot right there.
I agree. So now that we're on the same page and we're both agreeing, let's talk about why we think it's here. Um, I think it's here. Well, why don't you give me your opinion first? Let me hear your opinion.
Just because that's where, if it's too much over that, like you said, people are going to buy. I think they're going to price themselves out. And right now, current game pricing trends are in that range, within $10, give or take. Some a little less, but some more. Most of them are around there. And this is a very prestigious game, so it will. That's why I feel it's going to be around uh, that mark right there.
I agree because we've already had a few options with this, right? Like Mario Kart with $79.99.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's at least one other title that I can't remember off the top of my head that was $79.99, and people were questioning like there's not like a full push for this yet, but I think GTA is going to be the one that really pushes people in that direction. Now, you could say, oh, this game is going to be the biggest thing ever. They could charge $100 for it, which is an option we're going to talk about in a few minutes. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're smart enough to know that A, the economy for most people isn't great right now. Like, go buy a tank of gas. Tell me how you feel afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
The other piece is they need people to buy in because they have GTA Online. And although it won't be there at launch, they need to keep that gate open so more people can come in. And if they put it to like $100 or higher or something crazy,
Mm-hmm.
they're closing that gate on a whole bunch of people. And they don't want to do that. They want to get you in so you can play GTA Online and they can charge you $10 a month for the next 12 years for your shark cards, right? Or whatever you end up spending in that economy. They're not stupid. So, though I think you will pay a premium, like it's going to be a premium game, they are aware of that. They can easily charge. But I don't see them going beyond that marker. Like $80 is already like the limit that a couple of games have pushed.
Right.
They can do that. But I think once you get beyond that, you're gonna have people that adopt it, absolutely. But you're closing the loop on people that you want to be there for GTA Online.
And I'm assuming we're just talking about just the regular standard edition.
Yes, yeah, this is for the regular edition.
Yeah.
Of course, they're gonna have 7,000 editions with all different sorts of like
Correct.
shark cards and bonuses, and who God
Mm-hmm.
only knows what else they're gonna announce in a week. But yeah, I think $80, $79.99 to be very specific, is the price I think it will be, in my opinion.
Well, the other options were more than 90, and right now it's at a 9% market probability. So part of me wants to fall in that category,
Okay, just
because
for
I
the
I
gamble.
I could see that happening. I could see them coming in and say, you know what, we're going to charge $89.99 for this game.
They could. They absolutely could, and it will sell in the millions.
Yes, it would. Yes,
But
it would.
does that hinder them from getting more people in and them spending money on GTA Online? That is the true balance that the bean counters are going to have to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
They'd rather get you for the long haul than to get you one time.
Yes.
Think about it that way. All right, so then we got $100 is at a 3% market probability, and I say shit. If you're gonna go for 90, you might as well go for 100. Take it, just whatever. Well, I guess that would be over 100, right? So it would be 100 and
Right.
$100.01 and higher.
Mm-hmm.
So, dude, that's really that's
That's a
they
lot.
could do it.
That's a lot. They won't do that. Like for special editions and stuff like that, yes. But for the regular standard edition, they'd be crazy because
Yeah,
they would be pricing themselves out.
yeah. I think the craziest price for a regular edition for them would be 99.99. So maybe hit that 14% probability with the more than 90 option. 100 would be nuts, dude. $100.01 would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's like there's three numbers there. I know that sounds stupid, but it's psychological, right? I can't imagine that happening. All right, guys. So that is our opinions of those. So we kind of gave you some of this. Look, if we want to talk about the higher pricing, here's some options for you. This is the most anticipated game ever. So if you're thinking the higher route, yes, this is the most anticipated game of all time. Has the biggest budget of all time. AAA development has like bloated like beyond belief, but they can subsidize that with GTA Online as long as they get that constant recurring revenue. $70 is a pretty normal price for games, so they could if they just want to
Mm-hmm.
hit you low, that's where they're going to hit you. There's no way in hell the game's going to be $59.99. That would be
50.
insane.
That's not happening.
No. And in the case against it, you got massive backlash. If they do price it at over $100, um, for right now, $70 is still the
Mm-hmm.
industry standard. I mean, like I said, there's a couple of examples of $79.99.
Well, do you think gamers would boycott if GTA hit $80?
Hell no, they have no spine whatsoever. Just like all those people boycotted. There was a GTA or not a GTA. I'm sorry. There was a Call of Duty game where
Mm-hmm.
all of these people were in this big I think it was in a Reddit chat, and they were all like, "Oh, we're boycotting this one." And then all their names suddenly showed up when the game came out as in the multiplayer lobbies. Like, come on, man. I know you got no spines. Get out of here.
I think they'll buy it regardless.
Yeah, like I said, I think they have to measure that volume. Like, I think you're
Mm-hmm.
going to lose people if you're over 100. There's still going to be people there's millions of people who will pay over that price, but you are going to lose some people at that price. They're going to wait. You know,
Yes.
just depends. What about you? You think people will boycott it?
$80? No, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. You know,
What about if it was over 100?
it now if it's over 100, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
There's still going to be that number that's going to buy it regardless because they've been waiting 12 years
Mm-hmm.
for this game to come out.
Yep.
So I think there's going to be that small group that's going to pay whatever price they ask, but the majority I think will boycott.
Okay. I see that.
They'll wait till it goes on sale, buy it for like 39.99, 49.99.
So just as a quick recap, I think that you and I both agree that GTA 6 is going to come out before 2027, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And you're more in the November camp, and I'm more, well, I agree with you that it's probably November. However,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm making a prediction, I'm going to take October. Is that where we're both at with that?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think it's gonna drop in November. I really do.
I think you're probably right, but I think there's a chance of October, and I would take that bet.
Okay.
GTA price being over $70 it's happening, right? It's going to be over 70. You think is it going to be 69.99? That's the 69.99 is the current standard with a couple of exceptions at 79.99.
Mhm.
So you think it's going to be at 79.99?
I'm thinking 79.99.
And I'm right there with you. That's what I think too. So over $70 is a yes. All right. So here's some other questions for you. Do you think this game will live up to all this hype? 12 years in the making, Wes. Do you think it can possibly live up to the insane hype that's happening with GTA?
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is their baby. This is their moneymaker. This is their crown jewel. Uh, 12 years in the making, and all of the delays. This game is going to be perfect. I really think and I really think it's going to live up to the hype. It's going to be there. It's the most biggest GTA that they've ever put out, the most ambitious GTA they've ever put out. So yes, it will live up to the hype.
I agree. I mean, it's like I said earlier. This is the only game that has like a truly unlimited budget with unlimited time. They could delay it again. No one's going to care if they delay the game again. No one at 2K is going to care because they know when it does hit,
Mm-hmm.
printing money. What do we got? 15 years in the next one? They're going to just print money for 15 years straight, Wes? What executive is going to have a problem with that?
Nobody.
Sure, maybe it costs us $1 billion, but how many billions are you going to make from that $1 billion investment?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it's estimated to be, is about $1 billion to make this game, which is crazy. That's like almost triple, like the average AAA budget now, more than triple.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Woo.
Do you have any concerns for launch?
Uh, you know what? Yes.
And what is that?
I we've seen it with recent releases, especially with with patches. I don't know. I hope they won't release it broken.
Hmm.
But I that's my biggest concern is they release it and then there's going to be like a 25 gig patch that we're going to have to download to fix something.
25 gigs. What are we talking about? 10 years ago, man? I think it's going to be like, Call of Duty will come out with like 100 gig patch. Like, oh man, we need to fix it.
It's gonna be huge. That's my biggest concern, and I think they again so much is riding on this game. They want it to be perfect, but I foresee a big patch update like immediately.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's not the case. I mean, we will see. Obviously, I think there'll be some bugs, but I think it's going to be pretty well polished. I mean, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
they have all the time and money in the world, so I can't
Yeah.
imagine it being. It's going to be better than any Bethesda game. I'd imagine that. Those games are notoriously buggy when they launch.
Well, what about what's that game that come to mind? Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, that game. I mean, well,
I mean, you say Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk. That was everything was riding on Cyberpunk. All the hype, all everything was Cyberpunk, and then it comes out and it's broken.
to be fair, it was really, really the last generation of consoles, which they should have abandoned. It was like PS4 and Xbox One. Those versions weren't great, and specifically the PS4 one. But the at the time, the current generation, like Xbox Series X and PS5, they weren't that bad,
Mm-hmm.
and they obviously patched it and fixed it. And now the game is like many consider one of the greatest games of all time. So
Okay.
early game of the year predictions. Look, I know the game hasn't come out. I know we need to the reality is this is going to be at the game of the year. This will be on Jeff Keighley's stage in December
Mm-hmm.
as an option for game of the year. You know it, I know it, the whole world friggin' knows it, and the game's not even out yet. Can something beat it? So far, obviously we can't predict the future, right? But here we are in July, or June.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's not July yet. I wish it was July. Here we are in June.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's a game that can beat it that came out this year so far?
Uh, no, but I haven't played it yet. But from what I'm hearing, James Bond is probably going to give it a run for its money because everybody says it's really really good. It's on my shelf. It's the next game I'm going to play once I'm finished playing what I'm playing now. That is the next game on my list. Um, Pragmata is another one that a lot of people
Mm.
said was really really good. Again, I have it, and that was I meant to play it, but then I kind of got sidetracked playing other stuff. So now it's sitting on the shelf. But again, I will get back to that as well. But so yes, there's two games right there that I think could give GTA a run for its money.
I haven't played a lot of the big new games from this year, so I can't speak to it thoroughly. But from what I see in the industry, yeah, those two you gave are good options. I would also throw in Resident Evil Requiem as a
Oh,
possible contender.
that was so good. How can I forget that, man? That was right now, that's probably my game of the year. So good.
So, but can any of those three big ones that stood out in our minds, can any of them beat Grand Theft Auto? I know we haven't played it, so it's a very divisive question.
It is. It is. We will see. I want to say there's a strong possibility. If Bond is as good as people say it is, I think it will be Bond. Resident Evil was fantastic. I loved it. I beat it multiple times. Loved it. Loved it. Do I think it's strong enough to beat GTA? No. No. But I think if anything, it'll be Bond. But we'll see.
See, I don't think that, because I'm thinking about how the way people vote. So I'm thinking about these industry insiders and, like, there's journalists, there's YouTubers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them don't like GTA.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them won't even play it. Almost all of them love Resident Evil. Like, from looking on the outside, and generally speaking,
Yeah.
I think Resident Evil has a shot. I don't think Bond has a chance in hell, even though it's a good game.
Really?
It's getting great reviews. All these people love it. Yada yada yada. I don't think enough people are going to play it that vote. That is why I think that.
Okay.
I think Resident Evil is the only chance right now, because
Mm-hmm.
some people won't play Pragmata. That's also true. It's a very Japanese game. Capcom made it. You're gonna have a group of people that absolutely love it. But thinking about how the majority of people that are gonna play these games, who's gonna play what, I think Resident Evil stands the best shot at this point in time to possibly beat it.
Okay. I mean, it's a good point. It is a very good point.
But I still don't think it's probably gonna beat it. I mean, I think, look, again, it just goes back to the budget, how much money they have, the time that's invested. There is no way this game. If this game is a 9 out of 10, that might be a disappointment.
Hmm.
It might be.
Okay.
And this is coming from someone who will probably play it, but I really don't care about GTA. This is not my event. I don't care. Gear Z Day is coming out. I am much more interested in that. I love Marcus and Dom. Come on, Wes.
I do, actually.
All right, guys. Please make sure you guys follow Nerdthusiast at Nerdthusiast on all social media platforms. This is our primary channel, which is at Nerdthusiast Gaming on YouTube. So youtube.com/at Nerdthusiast Gaming. You can follow our main content, our retro content, let's say. Do we have retro content? That's a weird interest. I never thought about that before.
Oh.
You can follow our retro content. Sounds nice. We've been doing this for so many years. You can follow our retro content at youtube.com/nerdthusiast if you guys want to check us out over there. And don't forget, if you guys want to follow our sponsor, we really appreciate it. Called It Media, at Called It Media. You can follow them on social media over there. Drop a comment with your GTA 6 predictions. We want to hear them. Do you think it's going to be the biggest game in launch history? Will Rockstar actually release it in 2027? And we just want to give you one final disclaimer. Again, this episode is entertainment commentary only. We are not telling viewers what to bet on or where to place their wagers. We are simply discussing public prediction trends and giving our personal opinions on whether those market probabilities feel too high or too low. With that being said, we appreciate you guys watching us. And Wes, thank you for joining me today.
Of course, buddy.
If people want to follow you, where can they do so?
You can catch me on Instagram and X at Grendel5XPX.
Awesome. I'm Matt. You guys can follow me at FromNJ2CA. The 2 is the number 2 over on Twitter. Until next time, you guys take care.
Take care, guys.